Hello and welcome. This video is going to be a what sold video on the various platforms that I sell on for the last week of February. So that's February 22nd to February 28th. One of the few months where my weekly what sold videos work out perfectly and I don't have any straggler days at the end. So I actually have two platforms to share with you, and we're going to start with Etsy. Speaking of Etsy, I bought a huge lot of vintage clothing today for the most ridiculous price. If you want to know what I'm talking about and haven't checked it out yet, maybe go check my Instagram stories, but this is from that lot, and like, look at it. Pastel, perfect for spring. So good. All right, I'm gonna pop over here so that way I can share my sales with you. So I have one sale for Etsy, and I think you guys have already seen this in one of my videos when I was packing it up. This is that vintage 70s cutting board that I bought at a little estate sale that I just was trying to make the most out of my day because my friends had canceled on me, and that's okay. I still picked up some really good stuff, this being one of it. It sold for my full asking price of $18, and the buyer paid like $11 or $12 for shipping, and then of course like some tax, so the total came out to $32.37. But this sold within a week of me listing it, and I knew it was gonna go quick because the 70s are in right now. They are hot. This color scheme is awesome, and yeah, I'm so excited it sold, and I'm so excited that I was vindicated in that it would sell quickly. I'm gonna switch over here to do eBay and share with you this great sale. So I know that most resellers talk about picking up larger sizes like XL, 2X, 3X, 4X, like those larger sizes do well. For men's, I don't care what size it is. I'm picking it up because it all sells, and sometimes they bundle stuff. I get bundles on eBay. It's weird, and I'm grateful for it. But somebody found my listing for a men's medium Untuck It shirt, and they bought both of my Untuck It shirts that were in my store for a total of $44.74, and they paid $10 for shipping. So I'm so glad that both of my Untuck It shirts that I have for sale sold, and they sold quickly and together. This is the last mug I picked up. Again, if you're not on my Instagram, maybe do that, or not, I don't know, you do you. But I found a bunch of Starbucks Where Are You Now mugs at the Restore. They wanted $10 a piece for them, so I only picked the ones up that I thought would sell for $30 or more. When I got to the checkout, they actually ended up being 25% off, so I actually paid $7.50 for this. And because it was the last mug out of the group of mugs, I decided to let it go for $22, and they paid $12 for shipping. So that was a boon. It makes me feel like because all of them sold within 6 weeks, maybe I should have gotten all of them, especially since they were 25% off, but happy they're all gone, and happy to have made quite a bit of money from that. This is a pair of Melrose and Market shoes, and I sold these for $21.87, and the buyer paid $10 for shipping. Now, I do have a video on my channel about how to protect leather soled shoes, and I used that method for this pair of shoes. They were in really great condition when I found them, and they were in my size, so I did protect them so they didn't get any more wear until I sold them, and that is what happened. So really glad these moved off to a new home, and if you haven't seen that video and maybe found some cute shoes while you're thrifting and you kind of want to wear them until you sell them, check that video up there. I would not recommend doing that for like running shoes. Only leather sold like nicer shoes. It's not going to work for running shoes at all. So this next bundle came from a viewer, Elizaveta. Thank you so much for purchasing this from me. I hope your friend loved their birthday present. I really appreciate you supporting my channel and buying these. She was really patient, so she bought both of these from one of my recent haul videos. She actually messaged me asking me where one of the shirts was, and I was like, hey, I'm sorry, I found a stain when I went to go list it, and I have to get it out before I can list it. And she waited like a week until I could get the stain out, which it came out. I love like the baking soda and Dawn and hydrogen peroxide method. That works like 80% of the time. But I got it out, and I hope you love the shirts, and thank you so very much. She paid $22.74 and then another $8.50 to ship it out to her. So thank you so much, Elizaveta. But this next thing is a pair of Lucky brand shorts. These came in a thread up denim box. And yeah, I know, Moxie. I haven't ordered a thread-up box in a long time. These were low-rise. Apparently low-rise is back in. And I was just trying to sell them, so they sold for $10 and the buyer paid $5 for shipping. They did actually, because they were a smaller size, did fit in first class mail. I know not all denim does, but some denim does, and this one did. And I think my buy cost for that was like, after you like figured it all out, was like $4.50 a pair of shorts. So still made an okay profit, like a little bit of profit. Definitely already made money off of that box, so not really worried about it. This is also from a recent haul. I told y'all that like it's not my style, but it is somebody's style. I also found a picture of someone modeling this and they just looked so freaking cool. And I put that at the end of the listing as well, because this is definitely something that needs a body and it did not look good on my body. So I sold it for $19.90 and the buyer paid a padded flat rate for shipping, because this was like oversized and kind of big. And I'm really glad that it sold so quickly, and that it's hopefully an Insta-baddie. Will take some great pictures with this. This is something that was mine. I had bought this for myself to stream. This is an older Battlefield, and I never got around to it because, you know, of my full-time job. So I just went ahead and sold it. It was brand new. I never opened it, and you know, I took quite a loss on this, but I had written it off as a tax write-off anyway because it was for my Twitch business. So it sold for $4.87 and the buyer paid $5 for shipping. They already left me a great review, so I'm just glad it's gone. This is something else I had also picked up recently. This was new with tags. I do like selling Lucky. It does seem to go quickly for me, but I don't find it very often. Or I would pick it up more often to sell. But this was new with tags. I only paid like, I think, less than $5 for this, and it sold for my full asking price of $29.87 and the buyer paid $4.50 for shipping. And they already left me positive feedback, so that was a nice sale. This is another great sale. You know what? If it is loud and beautiful, I'm going to buy it probably. I saw these and was like, somebody is going to want those. And then I saw that they were Ted Baker at a good size, so size 11, and so I picked them up. They did take a little while to sell, a little bit longer than I thought so, but they went to a very fashionable person for $34.87, and they paid $12 for shipping. This Girbaud pair of denim was something I picked up in Mississippi. Mississippi is like a hot spot for Girbaud. I don't know how. When I went to go visit Alicia and Victoria from Super Geeked with Jessie from Gorgeous, and I paid like $4 for this pair of pants. I had them at like $40 and they weren't moving and they weren't really getting a lot of interest, so I just like dropped the price to $25 and someone sent me an offer for $17, and I was like, you know what? You can have these. I paid $4 for this pair of jeans. You can have them. They also had a raw hem at the bottom. I actually had to cut them off because like the bottom was like dangling. These originally were $34.34, so I just cut off the bottom, said raw hem. I was done with it. It says cut raw hem, so I let them know that that was what had happened. So I was really glad that that sale came through, and they were taking a lot of space in my inventory, so I'm glad they're gone. Miss Moxie has decided to join me on the ottoman. This next item is an Indian motorcycle t-shirt. I paid like $2.50 for this shirt. It sold for $10 and the buyer paid $5 for shipping. They also already left me positive feedback. This is something that had been sitting up here in my clothing death pile for, you know, a year, because that was the last time I went to the Air Force retirees house, I think. Yeah, I think so. I paid less than $1 for it, and it sold for $10 and the buyer paid $5 for shipping. So, and it sold within a week of me listing it. Again, it doesn't sell if you don't list it. This is something, as you can see, I modeled. This is a Bowden piece. I paid $4 for this at the CHKD. Someone had like donated all of their Bowden, and you know, it was around $3 to $5, so I picked up all of it. And this sold for $12 and the buyer paid $4 for shipping. This is a Grunt Style t-shirt. I did not realize until I found this t-shirt that Grunt Style also makes women's clothing, not just men's clothing. These are geared to people who like don't step on snake flags, and this sold for $7.90 and the buyer paid $4 for shipping. Again, I used Google image search to figure out what exactly this specific style was called, and I do believe that does help when selling like at least Grunt Style tees. It's helped every single time that I have done that little extra step. This is an amazing sale. This hasn't cleared the global shipping program yet, but fingers crossed that it does. So this is a pair of 4 Christofle Limoges teacups. These are all fine bone china. I found these at the Restore. I think I paid like $5 for all of them. And I sold them for $65. I took an offer and the buyer paid $12 for shipping. They are actually being sent to France. So they're going back to France. But when I saw that offer come through, I was like, yes, you know what? Please, I'm gonna break these. Please just let it go. And the next item I sold is this Woolrich men's quarter zip. I sold it for $10.97 and the buyer paid padded flat rate for shipping. Moxie, you are so much right now. I think this was something that was in one of the men's thread-up boxes. I'm not sure though. This was either something in a men's thread-up box or this came from the Air Force retiree's house. So the difference is I either paid $1 for this or I paid $4 for this. Either way, I've already made my money back on both of those deals, both the thread-up box and the Air Force retiree's estate sale. So at this point, it's all profit. This was something that I picked up at the same time I picked up those Freebirds that you guys saw me sell. I just went ahead and let these go because selling those Freebirds paid for everything, and it also made it so I could keep this beautiful Stella McCartney dress because I've gotten my money back for that that little consignment trip. So they sold for $35 and they paid padded flat rate for shipping. These also went international, so I'm probably not going to see them again. And they have cleared the GSP, so they're definitely probably gone by now. Finn is a great brand as far as dollar value goes and as far as like the actual brand goes. It's a really well-made German brand, just like Birkenstocks. They're not talked about as often as Birkenstocks, but they hold the same level of quality and value. So if you see Finn out there, you know, I would pick them up. This next item, yes, I did sell a Japanese branded ashtray for $5. I paid $1 for it. They paid $5 for shipping. In my area, ceramics and glass, if it doesn't sell within a month, it gets smashed and trashed. That also happens in a lot of estate sales as well. So if it's something that I have like an affection for or something that I feel like I will at least turn a profit for it, I will pick it up. So I paid $1 for this. I sold it for $5. Buyer paid $5 for shipping. You know, I am of Japanese descent. My grandmother was a war bride from the Second World War. So also I've been to Japan. I love Japan. I'm a big otaku as far as anime goes. So yeah, glad to save this from getting smashed and trashed and that it's off to a new home. I then sold 5 of the Elizabeth Lowell books. So again, I'm almost down to one box, which is what's behind me here, as well as Miss Moxie's butt. They paid $9.35 for the books, and then they paid like an additional $19 for shipping. And I've said that before, like, that's just ridiculous. That is too much money. So I refunded them $8.75 because that was the overage. I do that when that happens. Like, eBay's calculated shipping gets weird sometimes, and I just refund it because it feels icky making money that way. So I just gave them a little note. It's like, hey, you know, eBay's looked like they miscalculated your shipping costs. It's media mail, so it doesn't cost this much. So I'm just refunding you the difference and I will be posting your books, blah, blah, blah. I didn't get any response from that, but to me, it's good business. Okay, and then the last item I have to share with you is this vaccinated and caffeinated t-shirt. This is also purchased from a viewer. So thank you very much for buying this from me. She bought it for her dad. I don't have your name in the eBay listing anymore, so I can't thank you specifically. I only have your dad's name. So lovely lady DeWalt, thank you very much for buying this from me for your dad. I hope he liked it for his birthday. I did like make it happy birthday related on the outside for them, but thank you so much for purchasing this from me. And they paid $14.87 for the shirt, and then they also paid for shipping, so I appreciate that so much. All right, and that is all of my sales for the last week of February. I will say that March has been very excellent as far as sales go. My sales are climbing slowly and steadily, and thank you guys so much for watching these videos. I know like this daily content is kind of a lot. It's a lot for me too. So if you're still watching my videos, thank you so much. I am really excited about the collab video that's coming out tomorrow. Hopefully everyone will watch that one. It's with some of my favorite resellers that I have a great amount of respect for on this platform. So look out for that video tomorrow, and until then, bye!